Imagine a world lost from the fathom of time, where strange and amazing creatures, lost to the past, still roam the earth, and a place where extinction does not have to last forever. Well, you do not have to imagine it, for my crew and I have found such a wondrous place, about 150 miles west of the Isle of Pines in New Caledonia. In this series, we will cover some of the most fascinating and diverse creatures that call this island home, the dinosaurs. So, without further ado, welcome to Prisca, Insula. Imperium, now without any parents, stalks the lowland forest. He uses his small size to nimbly maneuver through all the stumps and trees. He scurries around often, looking for various sorts of food that he can eat, including the camera. There is a variety of theropods that call the forest home. Among these are the Archaeopteryx, an early bird. Something has scared Archaeopteryx off, though. It is a full-grown male Ceratosaurus. Imperium sprints off through the brush, however the Ceratosaurus is on his tail. After a while, Imperium has run out of breath, and the Ceratosaurus is about to make the final blow. However, he has entered another predator's territory. The other large theropod is a full-grown female Albertosaurus, who is quickly defeating the male Ceratosaurus. The male Ceratosaurus gives up, and the Albertosaurus has gotten rid of a rival of her territory. Then she approaches Imperium, however unaggressively. She then begins to stroke him. She decides to adopt Imperium, for she's another species of Tyrannosaurid. We will call her Alberta, for where she was found. We are back at the watering hole. However, we are with a different cast of dinosaurs. We are with Victor, Ryan, and Peter. This is Peter's first trip to the watering hole, so he is very excited. He quickly runs down to the edge and jumps into the water, unaware of the predators that lurk within. The two older ceratopsians, however, know better, and they cautiously approach the watering hole. First, Victor begins to drink some of the pond's water. Then he is soon followed, shortly, by Ryan, who laps up the water, having not drinking in a long time. They have made sure to drink at the bank with the largest amount of forest, so predators wouldn't follow them. However, some predators hunt in the forest, like the one that we're about to see. is an ambush by Mortem. He pushes them to the very edge of the water before he decides to run in and attack. Victor plunges into the water in panic. However, Ryan does not follow him. As Victor is underwater, he hears the calls of a baby ceratopsid in need. It is Peter. During the chaos, he was pushed underwater and has gone caught under a rock. Victor swims to the surface, takes a deep breath in, and then dives down to rescue his brethren. However, a Lypleurodon is circling the area, looking for tasty morsels to eat. Even though the odds are stacked against him, Victor uses his nose horn to fight off the vicious marine predator. Then, using his large head muscles, he pushes off the boulder that's weighing down Peter, letting him free. As Victor hauls Peter out of the watery depths, they turn and see what they didn't want to see. It is Mortem feasting on the carcass of a Regaliceratops, but not just any Regaliceratops, it is Ryan. It has been 3 days since the Dilophosaurus attack, and so far there have been no bad signs from the Hypocosaurus's wounds. Today, however, it is a different story. The Hypocosaurus is now falling far behind the herd. The wound itself will not seem to heal. Many types of bacteria have infected the wound, both from the Dilophosaurus's saliva and from the harsh environment that these animals live in. And finally, the loss of blood and shock has brought the Hypocosaurus to its knees. The herd, however, has made it to another watering hole, where they immediately begin to drink water, because, again, they have not drinking in very many days. The last time they drank was about a week ago, when we saw them in the first episode. Dawn and the other iguanodon are both drinking until the Hypocosaurus comes up and keels over. To make matters even worse, the Dilophosaurus are closing in for the kill. The Alpha is about to inflict the killing blow, but Dawn is not going to lose a member of his herd so easily. Dawn charges at the smaller Dilophosaurus, quickly knocking it over. Then he subdues the larger one using his giant thumb spines to rip into the Dilophosaurus' tough hide. He realizes that it's not worth the battle, so he decides to flee while he can. Dawn then helps up the Hypocosaurus. They have finally beaten the Dilophosaurus, and, better yet, there's only about 20 miles left in their migration. After a while, we are back with Lutra the Spinosaurus. She has been doing surprisingly well, and has migrated many miles now, despite her injury. Speaking of her injury, it too is doing surprisingly well. She can almost put full pressure on her ankle. However, she has a much bigger problem at hand now, and that is territory. Every open space of territory is either filled with predators or prey that is too deadly for a juvenile Spinosaurus to take on. She knows the long-term consequences of hunting in another predator's territory, though, so she won't risk it. She has finally found what she's looking for, a place along the beach that has no predators. She quickly sprints down into the water. However, looks can be deceiving. For hiding deep in the murky water is a titanoboa, a 40-foot long snake that thrives in the waterways of Prisca Insula. It quickly swims up and ambushes Lutra. Although it looks tough, Titanoboa won't take on prey that fights back, so Lutra slashes him, and he swims away. Although it looks bad, the bite was not that severe, and Lutra now knows to be much more careful when approaching territory that is very murky. These animals have their own worlds, and that's why me and my crew are trying to document them all. So stay tuned to find out what happens to all these dinosaurs featured on this episode, and maybe even more. Thanks for watching.